This is Stella. I wanted to give you a brief overview of my experience with SIBO, IBS, and the low FODMAP diet. I started having symptoms in September of 2016, although when you look back on your life, you've realized it probably started way before that, but you didn't really know what it was. I probably thought it was the flu or just something I ate. So I've always been, well, for the last 20 years, lactose intolerant, so something could have been happening even that far back. So September of 2016 is when the SIBO symptoms really kicked into gear. I was traveling, I was eating fast food, wasn't eating right. I was up all night one night with diarrhea, vomiting, and the vomiting was pretty severe, like food poisoning. But I think it was just my diet at that point. So from then on, I went on a search because I could not eat anything, and I was pretty much in a panic. I was in emergency rooms, urgent care. I went through 4 GI doctors, 3 primary cares. I found an integrated doctor that treated me, or tried to treat me, but he gave me some vitamins and gave me the breath test, which really determined what was going on. I had methane SIBO way off the chart, and he couldn't even treat me. He said, I don't know how to treat you. He put me on antibiotics, which was the worst thing because it wasn't the right antibiotic, and sent me on my way. That caused more stress and more weight loss. I got online, started researching doctors, and found out about SIBO and what I had to do about it. I flew out of state to see a naturopath who put me on protocols. I was on 4 protocols with herbs. I did take Xifaxan, the elemental diet, 4 breath tests later, 7 months. I was SIBO free. She put me on the low FODMAP diet from the beginning, which I followed the Dr. Seidbecker's FODMAP diet, which was on SIBOinfo.com because I knew she knew a lot about it, and it was a strict one. It wasn't the ones that are in some of the recipe books. They're too far advanced. I had to start off slow and go from there. So I started with basically jasmine rice and Swiss chard, bok choy, and a meat fish. I had to learn how to cook. I tried making my own bread out of almond flour. I didn't even use any gluten-free products at all at that point. It's something you have to kind of ease into and see what agrees with you. And it was difficult. I couldn't go out to eat. My husband, it was pretty bad for about a year. We never really went anywhere. I'd sit there and drink this protein shake that a nutritionist gave me while he was eating. So it was difficult, but it can be done. And then as things got better, I started adding more food, and then mine was stomach pain, like ulcer-like stomach pain. So I knew that if I ate something wrong, that's where my pain was. It wasn't intestinal, it was up higher. So I'm about a year and 3 months out, and I still basically follow the low FODMAP diet. I, pick and choose certain things. If I'm going to have broccoli that day, I won't have, maybe avocado or something later on. I won't double up on FODMAPs. You can go out to eat. You just leave off, garlic or onions, or the chef will, take that off for you. It can be done. It's difficult, especially when you're traveling with people or out with friends. I feel like I'm a burden sometimes, but I just ask the person that's serving me, what I can have that doesn't have high FODMAPs in it. And I usually get by pretty fine. So it can be done. It's not just about diet, it's about mindset also. There's deep breathing, there's yoga and Qigong. I did that. I had a positive mantra I did every day because I truly believe that that's what helped me. I think what caused my SIBO giant flare that I had was stress and antibiotic use, and we were moving for my husband's job a lot too. But you have to get rid of those things too. You have to get rid of any anger or any negative thoughts, and you can do that with a mantra or a song that you just replay in your head every time a bad thought comes through. So it worked for me. I would walk, I would swing my arms. I had, positive thoughts that I did all the time, and I felt like I tricked my brain into thinking she's happy, because this SIBO can cause, other symptoms like depression and what do I want to say, just different negative, in your head. So you got to get that out of your head. And being on this low FODMAP diet can get, you can get your life back, and it can be done, and you can get over it, and you'll learn to cook great food. And that's what I discovered, that I can eat much better with the low FODMAP diet. So that's my story. And if you want to hear more, just let me know. Thanks. Bye.